You're really pushing yourself to the limits to perform and excel at like a certain kind of sport. And so, but there needs to be a very good balance. And I think this is what people need to look for. So if Peanut is wanting to play till 4 and wakes up at 12, then he can do this as long as it makes sure that his body is able to maintain this kind of lifestyle. Because if it's like I don't know, after 2 months he's just falling over, then there is no, it makes no sense.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller. I'm joined here by Sheepy after a loss against Schalke 04. What went wrong in that game? You guys looked so strong in the early game, early 15 minutes. Yasuo was kind of popping off. What happened?
I think eventually KO got so strong that she was able to outperform in most fights. So I think at this point for us it was relatively hard to play the map. I think we had really good ideas overall. We somehow didn't manage to activate the Tahm Kench ultimate as well as we should have and play more aggressive in the 2v2. Not exactly sure what exactly happened there, but yeah, I think that if we played properly in this game, then we should have won the game, starting the point where we won the 2v2s with Yasuo and Trundle.
So a few people were surprised by the fact, or a bit shocked even, about the news that Samux is not feeling very well and stuff, and there was even a false Reddit thread saying that he would be starting now, which, by the way, I got taken down because it was like, I knew that it was fake news because I was talking. That said though, what is the situation like with Samux and Neon essentially, and what can we expect from that in the future?
Neon has been in the house now for 1.5 weeks. And we decided to get a substitute, and specifically him, because we saw that Samux was not feeling up to the point where we knew that we're going to play LCS with him without having any complications. And we don't want to risk anybody's health as well, because, I mean, health and education really, those are like the pillar stones as well for anything. So, you know, I'm happy that he has now a little bit less pressure to go on stage when it's really not, when he can't. And yeah, so now it's a little bit more comfortable, as you can see play today. So it's not that dire or anything like this, but we just want to rule out the thought of like putting him on stage or him forcing himself on stage when he's not feeling up to the task.
Yeah, maybe you would have had to maybe put Audrey in, because Schalke, that happened last year.
No, Audrey. She only if like everything falls. Like he must be really sick at this point.
I mean, Totoro would maybe go then AD and then Audrey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Audrey can play support. Yeah, like that would work.
Right. Officially, she's a support.
Yeah. I mean, at this point as well, bot lane you can just play whatever. So I guess you can go with that.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see for sure. Would be the first woman on the EULCS stage. I mean, so maybe a branding
I'll
thing.
think about it. I'll think about it.
So that said, though, you guys had a rough last split. It's pretty safe to say that you guys went 1-7. Then you made a comeback, which was very great to see, but at the same time you still finished 10th. Disappointing result at the end of the day. Now I know you were one of the first teams in the EULCS to start scrimming again and played against EU Masters team and stuff like that. So you felt, from an outside perspective, it really felt like, okay, guys, we're really gonna fix this and we're really gonna go hard for Summer Split. Of course, it sucks now to take that loss now, but in general, what can Unicorns expect from the split?
It's difficult to say. I think today we also had chances to win. We just needed the more aggressive, more bite in some cases, people being willing to step up to carry for the team and take the win home. And I think that there is a lot of team play involved, but I would also like to instill more leadership by everybody for themselves to make sure that they are winning the game on their own account, that they make sure that the next step that's going to happen is going to win us the game. And yeah, I think a little bit of this kind of danger from our side is missing. I think we're playing very solid, and we have seen that as well. So I think if we, I think if we just keep keep going with the split, I think we can be very, very successful. And also everybody has a great mentality about it, so I would like to look a little bit forward. But yeah, I would expect us to end up more in the top half of the ULCS.
Which would, of course, be the goal naturally. I mean, Worlds is always the goal for the unicorns. You mentioned earlier how, of course, health and education are really important pillars of life, essentially.
Yeah.
That said, from my perspective, it feels like in esports, both of these things don't really get taken all that seriously compared to, doing your job and playing the game. I was talking to, I read an interview with Peanut, and he was like, yeah, we go to bed at like 4 or 5 a.m. and then we wake up at 12. And that doesn't sound like a healthy lifestyle thing. Do you think that, yeah, it's like this in esports, that those things don't really get taken seriously or as seriously as they should?
It's very difficult because Korea is very competitive, and as an athlete over there, I think likewise in Europe, if you want to compete and be one of those players, you just have to put in the hours, and you have to be obsessed playing a lot of, investing a lot of time. So I don't think it's too healthy if you don't have something to balance that out. You have the same thing if you're talking about like chess with Magnus Carlsen, or like any kind of professional athlete in sprinting or running or triathlon, and if you talk about them, their training regimen is harsh, like very, very, very harsh. And people can argue that this might also not be healthy. You're really pushing yourself to the limits to perform and excel at like a certain kind of sport. And so, but there needs to be a very good balance. And I think this is what people need to look for. So if Peanut is wanting to play till 4 and wakes up at 12, then he can do this as long as it makes sure that his body is able to maintain this kind of lifestyle. Because if it's like I don't know, after 2 months he's just falling over, then it makes no sense.
Of course, that balance can vary from player to player or person to person, I would guess. Some people go to their family, other people watch anime, I guess.
Yes. But the important thing is self-awareness, right? You're learning the older you get with age that you can do certain things and you can't do other certain things. Like, is it healthy to go out night drinking before you have scrims? Probably not. It doesn't work. So yeah, you just have to cut down on the stuff that makes it unhealthy to maintain a lifestyle where you're successful in the sport that you're doing, but also healthy. And yeah, that is definitely one of our prime objectives, because I mean, we're not the biggest organization that has like corporate interest, but we are very, very close to the people. And an organization is just a structure built around the people working in it. So if your people are sick, then the organization is not working.
Fair call. Now, the Unicorns also announced that you guys now have an academy team called the Unicorns of Love Sexy Edition.
I love it.
Great branding.
Yeah, I mean, it goes with the name, right? Unicorns of Love Sexy Edition, and they're like, oh man, can you really? But I mean, when we went into LCS, we were called Unicorns of Love, so we can.
So no protest from Riot whatsoever?
No, I mean, no. I think we would be the only ones, that can push this kind of stuff. But, it's a great name. Everybody else is called like Academy in the end, and it's always the same. We had different ideas. Also, Unicorns of Fluff, with fluff.
Oh, fluff. Okay, yeah.
So see, exactly this one. So yeah, I mean, there were a lot of ideas, but we went with the extra sexy in the name.
Unicorns of Fluff. It's like next level pun.
This is also
Galaxy Brain. So what are the expectations of the team, and like what are the intentions of going with this? Also, for context, you're competing in the Premier Tour, which is this new German competition. 3 out of 5 players have to be German, and it's not part of the ESL Meisterschaft, for example, the German National League that eventually goes to European Masters. So yeah, what are the intentions behind this besides just winning it all? Is it like a way to build talent as well for you guys?
Yeah, but as far as I see, you get the PTPs, which are the Premier Tour points, and I think this leads up as well later on to the European Masters as well.
That's true, yeah.
So there is an interest that right now the teams that are participating well, you will see later on as well in the bigger, the European fighting. So yeah, overall we want to participate in those international tournaments in Europe, and overall right now it's a lot testing out. Mm-hmm. We have fielded a roster that is more interesting than it's like already tested. So yeah, for us it's a lot trying out, seeing how exactly the kind of Premier Tour is different to LCS, how it is to have a secondary team as well. The people we work with are relatively nice. They're fitting in the whole Unicorns of Love scheme, and yeah, I think coming the next months and whatnot, we will know better exactly what is kind of the Premier Tour and how it works, and we'll start being very, very active there.
Not to be offensive, but is it also some kind of safety net in case the Unicorns don't make EU LCS franchising or partnership system?
I mean, it's an upside definitely if you already know kind of the waters of what is going on there. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that there's benefit as well, whatever happens for 2019. But it's not the only. It's not like the main reason for that as well, because we're also a Germany-branded team. We're coming from Germany. The final will be played in Hamburg as well, and we have been invited. So we asked ourselves, is that something that we're interested in? Unicorns of Love is always, if the people are interested in it, like us in the organization, then we're gonna do it, and that's felt like the perfect opportunity.
And of course, the Unicorns of Love have applied to the EULCS franchising system, so very exciting to see how that will go. Of course, a lot of fans want to see you in 2019.
I mean, and also we don't want to exclude either one. Like if we're going to 2019 franchising, I would be very happy to still have the B team, our sexy edition team, So definitely. Something that we want to keep. I think just overall the idea of popularizing and making the German market a little bit stronger is in our interest, because we have been not performing well in EU Masters this time. So yeah, next time we have to step it up a bit.
Yeah. Can I order a Unicorns of Love jersey that says Sexy Edition?
Sexy Edition is like the Unicorns of Love and then Sexy Edition. I'll bring you one. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see about that one then. Very excited about that. Anything you want to say to the Unicorns fans?
It sucks that we started 1-0, 0-1 in this case. I would not suck if we started 1-0. But I think we had a relatively strong showing as very early in the split. Everybody in the team is extremely committed to the cause, and we love playing League of Legends. We love playing the game, and everybody who's supporting us, thank you so much. Hopefully, we can give a little bit back, and I'm very confident that we can.
Maybe next time don't pick Yasuo, because Yasuo is a horrible champion that I myself play. But this was, of course, Sheepy and Darius from the Shotcaller. You had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that video. This is a generic end card, of course, so make sure to click here for a different interview, or here for a different interview, or about here to subscribe to the Shotcaller. We very much appreciate your support, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.